Hi guys, welcome to part 2 of depreciation, more animation. Yay! Okay, so the last lesson we talked about depreciation, the definition being the allocation of costs of a non-current asset over its useful life. So I'm going to go into detail later about what that means, but let's recap a bit on what are the causes of depreciation. Yep, here they go. Now, I wonder if any of you noticed this spelling mistake. Yep, so do correct that. So these are the causes of depreciation. And then we went on to the double entry, which is debit depreciation expense and credit accumulated depreciation. All right, for today, I want you to note that depreciation expense is an expense. So where would it go? Correct. So it goes into the financial performance statement where all the expenses are. And where would accumulated depreciation go? Yep, it's a contra asset, and it would go into the position statement. All right, so let's look at an example now. So I have a $5,000 laptop, okay, and I assume this laptop would last for 5 years. So how would I allocate this depreciation expense over the 5 years? So this is how I would do it. That's a very simple example. So 5,000 divided by 5, that's 1,000 a year. So in year 1, right, I would allocate 1,000. So I'm left with 4,000. Okay, so this goes to the depreciation expense as well as the accumulated depreciation account. Then in year 2, my depreciation expense would be another 1,000. That's for year 2. Okay, but my accumulated depreciation, as the name suggests, is accumulated. So my accumulated depreciation would be 2,000. Okay, and the third year, this again would be the depreciation expense, and the accumulated would be 3,000. That's what accumulated means. At the end of 3 years, my question is, what is the net book value? Ding ding, net book value? Excellent. It's 2,000 because the net book value is the cost, which now is the cost minus the accumulated depreciation, and I would get 2,000. Cool? Okay, so of course, right at the end, 4 years and 5 years, the value would be 0. So you do come across some questions whereby they tell you that there's a scrap value. What do you do then? Okay, so in certain questions, they will tell you that the scrap value is, let's say, 1,000, but the useful life is still 5 years. So this is what would happen. Okay, so the scrap value is 1,000, and I would divide the balance of the 5,000 over 5 years, getting 800 per year. So at the end of the useful life, I would still have a scrap value of 1,000. Okay, go figure. That's it. Bye. I'm gonna read comics now. Haha. Whoops. It's not shutting off.